everybody, and welcome back to Heidi's house. This is your host, Queen Bee Heidi B. And today's featured guest is singer-songwriter Karmina Dai. I'm so excited to hear more about her house music journey. So are you ready? Then let's go. So here she is. Karmina Dai's in the
Woo,
house.
woo, 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 woo. No. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Carmen is here, and I've been so excited about this opportunity to talk with you about your house music and your musical journey in general, and share some thoughts with you on this thing called house music and artistry and so forth. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, positive vibes, all over. So I'm doing well. I'm very thankful to be here. And, you know, um, I've been off of the music scene for a little bit. I had to step back a little bit. Like the last 3 years from 23 even to now, was a little challenging for me. I had some personal issues and I fell into a really deep depression. Like I just did not want to do music. I didn't have the passion for it. I was writing the entire time, but in terms of going into the studio and recording, it was a lot. It was a
Mm.
whole lot, and I almost kind of gave up on it. Believe it or not, it was that bad. The depression really got to me, but there's this burning desire within me. I have this fire within me that won't let me quit. It will not let me quit no matter what I go through, no matter what happens. So here I am. I'm back. I'm ready. I'm ready to make it happen. Sometimes things don't work out the way that we want it to work out. But my thing is, if you're really truly passionate about something, you have to keep that fire burning no matter what. So here I am.
Yes, 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 absolutely. And I completely agree with you. And I am just happy that you are keeping going and keep going in that direction of your passion and purpose so that we here in the world can enjoy your gift, which is your musical abilities, your singing, your songwriting, and everything. And as you know, we just shared a few thoughts prior to this interview, and this is something that people don't maybe often talk openly, but the depression, it is a serious thing, and it affects estimately, was it every fifth person, during their lifetime, and something to be very aware of, and definitely not to be ashamed to talk about, since it does affect the creative flow in our creative. So I can recognize that what you just described there, that you have the ideas coming, but there's absolutely no energy to really to take the actual steps to to create the product, and that is very typical for the person who is undergoing those kind of depressive feelings and
Yes.
emotions. Yeah. But now I'm, as mentioned, super excited about this interview and happy to share what is currently going on musically, um, in Carmina Day's life. But before we go to that, let's explore a little bit your early journey, so to say. What got you into music? When did you recognize that you have a gift of music in you?
So, my grandmother was a Pentecostal minister and evangelist, and
Mhm.
she made sure that you couldn't argue with her. You were going to church, so
Mhm.
you're definitely going to church. So, she had me in church at the age of 4, standing in front of 150 church members singing. That was my first, like, she instilled it in me, as well as my mom. I don't want to discredit my mom. She'll kill me for that. But Yeah, they instilled it in me at a very young age. So I've been singing. I've been doing solos. I started doing solos at a very young age, church solos and in the choir. And but I realized I didn't really realize I had something until I was around 10 years old. That's when I felt like, wow, maybe I have something. Even at the age of 10, at such a young, ripe age, I realized that I had something different from my peers, something special. And there you have it. I decided that I wanted to be a singer. Of course, a lot of things happen between the age of 10 and now. Um, but in my teen years, I started doing like a lot of R&B and a lot of hip hop stuff. And that's how I started my journey. And as I got into my late teens, I really didn't like the culture. Love the music. The music itself was great, but the culture behind I was very disappointed with some of the things that was going on in that particular genre. And I got really discouraged. I felt that, women were made out to be objects, and you had to lay on a leather couch in order to get a record deal. And I wasn't doing any of that.
Yeah.
I had men propositioning me and trying to exploit me, and I refused to sell myself out. I refused to do it. So I took a step back from that whole industry thing. I got myself back into school. I started going to school, and I said, maybe the singing thing isn't for me. I just don't like all of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So I did that. I went back to school. I got a job, like all the average normal people. But there was this burning desire in me that just wouldn't leave. I didn't feel complete. I really didn't. Um, and I said, I have to do something. So I have to tell you, I always loved house music. I just never sang house music. I never sung it. I was doing hip hop, R&B. I was doing some funk stuff. And then one day I said to myself, you're not singing, you're not doing anything with this gift that God gave you. You love house music. Why don't you sing some house music? Like a light bulb went off in my head. Like I'm in the club, backing it up and dropping it like it's hot on house music, but I'm not singing it. So,
Yeah.
so in 2018, I teamed up with Casara. He's really amazing. He's an Italian producer. He also sings. And he's affiliated with Moose Tea and with Satin Jackets from Germany. And I'm very talented. And that was my first opportunity to sing a house music track. And I have to tell you, I wasn't expecting anything, but that track, which is called Working It Out, went number 1 on the Soulful
Yeah,
House tracks.
it did.
Like,
It
what in
did.
the world? And that was my first house music track. So from then on, I'm like, well, wait a minute. I think I got something here. I'm just gonna do this house music thing. I love it. People, that are not in the life of house music, because I don't consider it a genre. It's a vibe. It's a
Yeah.
whole vibe, and it's a whole lifestyle. And people that are on the outside don't really understand it, and I've been on the outside of it. So, but they don't understand it. I love it. Judgment free, free spirited. You can do what you want, sing what you want, feel the way you want to feel. There's nothing about color, race, gender, none of that.
Yeah.
I just love the whole house music scene. And so, yeah, I don't know if I answered your question. I kind of went
You did
tangent, but
beautifully, indeed. And the thing is, oh, sorry. And the thing is that what you just described about the house music, that is something that I personally as well love. That it is really open for everybody and it doesn't judge. Like there's the slogan that the house music doesn't judge, but it truly is so. And it also, I'm gonna take something that you mentioned before because I have a huge respect to what you told about you not being um, submissive to that pressure of being certain kind of, um, having certain kind of image as a woman in a music business, so to say. I have also a few experiences of those kind of things, and that you had the strength to stay with your own vision and own values and so on. And I also hugely respect that, because it we can be, especially in a younger age, quite excited about the things and get carried away, and then find ourselves in the spots that really are not a reflection of what we truly want to represent to the world. So it does take a courage, and it's kind of hard to say no, but it is beautiful thing that we have females like you who show us and lead as an example, that stay true to your values and what you stand for. So
Yeah,
that is
but
absolutely
the thing
beautiful.
about it is, and I understand, I get it. The temptation is real. It
Hmm.
is. You want to make it, you want to blow up. But the thing
Yeah.
is, you have these artists that are out there now, and I'm not naming anyone,
Mhm.
that, they have their career, they did what they had to do, but they're not happy. They're not
Yeah.
happy at all. And that's where the drugs come in. They're doing things to try to forget what they did to get to where they are today. And I just can't do it. And it's not just women, it's men and women. We're living in a society now where it's men and women. You have to respect yourself. Don't
Ex-
allow anyone to exploit you. If you have something, a gift from God, then you go ahead and you do what you have to do. You don't have to sell out for no one. You don't have to disrespect yourself. You can continue doing
exactly.
what you love. And if it's meant for those doors to open, God will open those doors. The universe will open those doors for you.
Exactly. So the message is really, it's important that have that self-respect, and not letting anybody to force you into something that you are not comfortable. And it takes a courage and strength, but it will be, I would say, very rewarding to
Yes.
your own well-being in the end, even though it might be sometimes, of course, cause some situations
Yeah.
and so on. Um, And then my second question would have been like, how do you define house? But you already gave a beautiful definition
House
for
is a
that house
vibe, baby. It's a vibe.
and a lifestyle, like you mentioned.
In a lifestyle. I mean, obviously it's a genre, but what's so great about house music, there's genres within house music. You have
Mhm.
tech house, you have jazz house, you have soulful house, you have classic house, you have progressive house, you have disco house, funky
Yeah,
house, like any type of house music you want, you have it right inside of the genre that they call it. But once again, I don't consider it a genre. It's a vibe, it's a feeling, as far as I'm concerned.
so beautifully stated. And I love the fact that it is like that, because it allows us creatives a chance to explore also between those so-called subgenres and so on. So that's what the being creative is in my book. It's all about that you don't limit yourself in a particular way, but really have that opportunity to explore and test out all kind of ideas, and
Right.
float there somewhere in a creative
Love
space.
it.
All right. Now, before I go to the vocalist inspiration, I wanted to ask one thing that I almost forgot now. That when did you notice that you have a talent in songwriting?
So now that the songwriting came later, believe it or
Mhm.
not. So I started out singing. My sister is actually I have two sisters that are excellent songwriters, and and they have that gift. I just never picked it up. But as I started, expanding and stepping out into what I wanted to do, I realized that you needed to write. And I was singing other people's lyrics, and I didn't feel that passion because it
Mhm.
wasn't coming from me.
Yeah.
It was great, sound great, and this is when I was doing the whole R&B and hip hop thing. But I could tell that something was missing. So I started writing, in my mid-teens, late teens. That's when I started writing. I started writing my own lyrics. And what I would do is I would get my favorite track, favorite instrumental, and I would listen to it, and I would look really deep down into my soul. I'm going to say my soul, not myself, but my soul, and just think about all the things that affect me, that makes me happy, makes me sad, makes me excited. And that's how I started writing. I started writing, thinking of different concepts. And my writing has actually gotten so much better. I have a couple of new projects coming out
Mhm.
that I'm really, really excited about. I'm really excited. I think this last couple of years that I told you about, this whole depression thing that I went into, one thing it has done, it has really, really enhanced my writing skills. I have to say, like, you hate to go through things in life, you hate to struggle, but those struggles bring forth good things, believe it or not. And so the writing skills have really, really enhanced, and I'm excited about it.
Very beautifully described. And I was just thinking while you described that singing versus being an artist dimension, this is how I see it. That we can be singers, we can be vocalists, but I think that then we develop to be an artist when we release and create our own songs, which fully resonate with us. And that makes the difference, I think,
Yes.
between those two areas. Um, Now, I wanted to ask about that artistic influence that you have in your vocals. Obviously, you described your early experiences, supported by your family in a church and singing over there. But if you think about some singers and vocalists that have influenced you or have inspired you some way, who would those be?
Well, my influences are a little different. Like, not everyone is gonna know who some of these artists are. Like, I love all of the major artists that are out now. I love all the divas from back in the day. But some of the artists that I really listen to, and kind of leaned into, one is Bootsy Collins, which is weird. Like, Carmina, you don't even sound like Bootsy Collins. But I loved his whole vibe. Like, I loved his vibe, Loved James Brown,
Oh,
really into James Brown. And then on the spiritual side, and a lot of people don't know of her, some people do know of her, Mahalia Jackson.
oh yes, yes,
I get a
yes.
lot of that, a lot of my soul and my grit from listening to Jackson songs. And she was a phenomenal vocalist. I mean, she sang for the president way back. I did my research, and my grandmother was a fan. Like, she was a fan. So, but yeah, but I embrace all types of music. So all types of music, all types of artists. I'm a huge Led Zeppelin fan, believe it or
Mhm.
not. And that's
Yeah.
straight up something completely different. That's rock.
Yeah.
But I sang with bands. I sang with several different bands, and one of them is a rock band. And I front the band and sing Led Zeppelin songs. I do
Yes.
Alice in Chains songs. Like,
Yes.
people would be like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, I do a little bit of everything. I respect artists. I really do. I respect the passion
Yeah.
that they bring. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. I won't lie.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Love Beyonce. I do. But my influences vocally comes from, what I just said, James Brown, Bootsy Collins, Mahalia Jackson. Those are some of my faves. And Chaka Khan. I'm sorry. Forgot
Oh yes, yes, yes. That's one of mine as well. Chaka
about
Khan is wonderful. I have this one wish and dream that Well, I've been in her concerts when she did years ago.
Oh, really?
Concert in Helsinki, no, in Pori Jazz actually. Yeah, it was in Pori Jazz, and it was just an amazing experience. But hopefully one day I get to witness that again, or even meet. Who
Yeah,
knows? Who
you will.
knows
You
about that?
never
Who knows
know.
about that? You
They're
don't
doing this
know.
whole she's doing this whole tour thing with Gladys Knight, Stephanie Mills, and Patti LaBelle, and they're touring.
Yeah.
So I know they've been touring here in the US, but I'm sure they're going to take that overseas. So you're going to get your opportunity. I'm not even going to say you might get your opportunity. You're going to get your opportunity. We have to
Yes.
speak it into
Yes.
existence.
Exactly. And hey, few comments um, that came to my mind. When you talked about earlier about those hardships helping you to evolve the skills as a writer, songwriter, and so on, I forgot to say that's absolutely true. And somehow it is a beautiful message to anyone maybe watching this and maybe possibly going through some hard times, that you can turn those somehow, you can turn them into something like an alchemist, into something positive, and you
Yeah,
find this kind of like new flowers that bloom based on the hardship that was looking first maybe
right.
very dark and difficult, and then it brings something. So there's always that beautiful element also. So I hope that it, what you just shared, is also as an inspiration for some of our viewers here, of course, and it was
Well, the
beautiful what you
goal
did.
is when you have this gift, you're supposed to be able to reach out to people and touch people,
Yeah.
and so, I don't want to just be a singer and a performer and a writer. There's a reason why God gave me this gift, and it's to
Exactly.
touch people, it's to reach out to people, it's to minister to people. Someone may be going through what I went through, or
Hmm.
even worse. And so my lyrics and my whole vibe can minister to their soul, can minister to their spirit, and so that's what it's about for me. I don't want to just be, I'm in it because I want to get famous or I want to make money. I'm doing it for a purpose.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been talking with some of our guests about this same element, not element, same theme here, that we kind of are more or less vessels when we understand that we are vessels of something much more greater, that can be then used for touching people and maybe for healing people, supporting people. That
Yeah,
is something that it's beautiful, and that's what I see happening with us artists. um,
right.
can use that for something good, and it all came for a reason.
Yeah, we
um,
have a mission. We have
yeah,
a
a
mission.
beautiful beautiful mission. And now another thing that you mentioned, it's something very important. If there are any aspiring vocalists watching this, is really that I share with this experience what you had, that it's good to explore different genres of music, different styles of music, to get to know the genre itself. And then as a vocalist, of course, it is super 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 good for our skill set, and to have that toolbox, so to say, and to know our instrument, and expand it, and develop it. And that's, I think, one of the best ways is to do different genres, and do the live gigs and performing, working with the band. So that is something that is, I feel very 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 important if you want to develop as an vocalist and singer.
Right.
Mm.
Absolutely.
So, Carmina, if you think about your house music influences, who would be the house music artists or producers that have inspired you the most?
I'm a huge Seb Jr. fan. I love Seb Jr. I really do. Um, I love his music. It's full of vibes, full of passion, full of funk and soul. I'm really into it. Love Seb Jr. I also am a big, and I'm getting ready to butcher his name. like I butcher everybody else's name. But I think you pronounce it Crackerzat.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a
Am I
difficult one.
saying it right?
Ragazad. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. All right. I didn't butcher that one. I love his music. I really, really do. And that's somebody I would love to work with at some point. If that ever
Yeah.
happens, I would love it. So yeah,
Mhm.
those two really, really big on their music. And then of course, I mentioned it earlier, Royal Intention. Like I'm really feeling his sound. It's
Yeah.
crazy to me. I love it.
Wonderful. 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 People, please do check them out if you haven't already. Um, I actually include a lot of Crackerset's new productions to my DJing sets as well. And it's always something like,
Yeah.
exciting there
Oh
and
yeah.
uplifting. Um, now, and Zed Junior, obviously. Now, if we go into your go-to tracks of house music, what would be your go-to track that you never get too tired to listen to?
I love Deep Inside by Hard Drive. Like I would play that. And you know what's good about well not good, what's great about house music is it's timeless.
Yeah.
Like a song could could have came out like years ago. Like I'm talking about eons ago. And you can still play it today and people are still dropping it like it's hot and backing it up and twirling it and twerking it and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But that's my go-to, deep inside. Deep inside me, I love it. You'll see me on the dance floor,
Yeah.
working it out.
Anytime, everywhere. Beautiful,
Well,
beautiful, great recommendation. Um, and now then, I'm gonna take it even one notch more personal, so to say. If you think about your house music productions and your music productions, is there a particular song that stands out somehow out of the others, and why?
to be honest with you, there's a couple that I really, really feel strongly about that I love. But what's doing well now on Spotify is one of my favorites because I was able to sing with that funk vibe that I love. It's called Peanut Butter. And so
Mhm.
right now it's doing well on Spotify. I have about 450,000 streams just on
Wow.
that one. I mean, I love all the songs. I don't want anybody to get all
Yeah.
bent out of shape and stuff, but that one really allowed me to put that Mahalia Jackson feel in it. And
Yeah.
please forgive me, Grandma. She passed. I know Mahalia Jackson was spiritual.
Mhm.
But yeah, it just, it's funky. It's funk.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorites. And then I have to mention this other one. It's called Going Strong, and I did that one with Glenn Horsborough. Love it, love the vibe, and I love the message in it. I wrote the lyrics. I was once again going through something
Yeah.
and thinking about what I was going through, and that's what came out, Going Strong. So for those who want to listen to it, take a listen to it. It's a really cool track with a nice message. Fun.
Exactly. Go and listen all of those tracks mentioned here, and I wanted to comment on that you seem to be an artist that also really write the lyrics from the personal life experiences and reflections and so forth. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I do. Once again, whatever mood I'm in, if I'm happy, if I'm sad, if I'm excited, if I'm angry, I like to dive deep into those emotions and write based off of, those emotions and how I'm feeling. I do want to quickly, I forgot one track that's really important, and it's called Raise It Up. I did that one with Dutch Console and Mr. V. That one also is doing very well on Spotify. Real fun track. So once again, that was how I was feeling. It was a weekend vibe, and I was thinking about Friday, and I was so glad to get out of work and thinking about all I wanted to do was get a glass of wine and go to a club, like a house music club where there's no drama and just really enjoy myself. So that's where that whole song came about. Mr. V
Beautiful.
and Dutch Console.
Shout out to Mr. V as well. And it is very important. Like it really resonates with the thing that you mentioned before, that when we write the songs as an artist, that we do hope that they resonate with the people and that they can maybe put into musical expression that emotion that we experience and can share with other peoples and so on. So that it's absolutely beautiful thing, and truly it is about uniting people through the means of music.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. We have now a few more minutes left this of this little snapshot kind of interview. You already mentioned a little bit about current and future project, but could you share us a little bit what is currently going on musically in your life?
Well, I just teamed up with Royal Intention. Now, his music is so ridiculous. Like, I love it. I love it. It's what I want in terms of a house vibe. Like he has this house vibe um that is classic. It has an old school feel to it, but with a modern twist, with a little bit of rave thrown in there and
Yeah.
little jazz, like very talented, and I'm really excited. He does very well on Spotify. A couple of his songs has over 1 million streams. One has 3 million streams. So I'm really looking forward to working with him. I worked on some stuff last night for him. Very excited. And then
Mhm.
Glenn from Let There Be House, he's awesome. We stay in touch all the time. So I have something coming out with him. And that'll be coming out around Christmas time. So I'm excited that it's going to come out on plastic. Mark is great. So I have something coming out with him as well. And that'll come out next year, actually. So I'm working on something with Mark. I cannot pronounce Mark's name. I do not want to butcher it, but you know who I'm talking about. So I think it's Cricelli or something. He's gonna kill me. But I
Okay,
butcher
I
I
feel you.
butcher everybody's name.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm all the time like lost with the translation and pronunciation. I don't know what I think sometimes, and
I'm killing
I
people's names. Derek
yes,
McKenzie and I will team up again and work on some stuff. And yeah, I have, there's a lot of excitement surrounding the upcoming year. So it's still fresh.
yes, and we can't wait to hear all that. We are very excited to hear all that, and I'm looking forward to play your music in my future sets as well, and just happy for you and happy for all the people who are blessed to collaborate with you. And now, if somebody got excited to know more and follow you in social media and so forth, where can they find you in social media?
So Instagram, obviously, Karmina Day. I'm on Facebook, Karmina Day. You can find me there. I'm on YouTube, Karmina Day. But I do mostly I'm mostly on Instagram. I just like that platform. I'm doing TikTok soon, everyone. Okay, because everyone keeps getting on my case about it. That is coming. Okay, it is coming
Okay.
soon. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, anything that I do, I want people to know about it. Like I told you, I was kind of out of the loop for a while, and so I'm really excited to get back in the swing of things. And you will see a lot of me. I have some plans for the new year. So
Wonderful. And we are excited to hear all of that. And once again, thank you so much for this interview. I'm sending you
Oh,
lots of love and blessings straight from Helsinki, Finland.
I love it.
Woohoo!
I feel it. I feel the love. I feel it. Thank you.
And once again, thank you so much. And sorry, I was a bit coughing here. I'm trying to fight against the flu here. It's getting cold in my end.
It's okay.
But we keep going. So once again, thank you so much, and
Thank
sending
you,
you
Heidi.
hellos, and have a blessed Sunday over there.
You as well. You have to come and visit one day.
I will. I will.
All right.